First up, let's look at house parties. Is it the end for them? And what killed them? Was it shifts in alcohol consumption, rising home cost, technology, nuisance complaints, or a legacy of the pandemic? Many factors may be culpable, but the launch of House Party, a London entertainment venue themed as a 90s house party, may be its eulogy. Founded by UK rap legend Stormzy, the venue has 7 floors, themed from the kitchen to the parents' bedroom, and has an aesthetic straight from 90s and 2000s films. I counted enough red solo cups for a UK bar to indicate someone's definitely done their homework. So, has the house party died and gone the way of 80s themed clubs or disco? Well, divergent evolution seems more likely than death, as increasing nightclub cost will always force partiers to try and find a cheaper alternative, which ironically won't be found at House Party. It seems the party is split, with an artificial version pulled straight from nostalgia or pop culture being sold to those who can access it amongst a wave of new semi public style events. Alternatively, actual organic in home house parties are quietly shrinking in response to living spaces or legal pressure, or possibly even changing into something we may not even recognize culturally as a house party. Next, let's talk about tradwives. Tradwife, or traditional wife content, in which female social media users champion the virtues of embracing full time domestic duties and conventional gender roles in a relationship over employment, have steadily increased in prominence since 2020. While influencers such as Nora Smith are shown extolling the lifestyle in popular social media content, which is often perceived as a pushback against feminism, the reality of such a lifestyle in a modern and uncertain economy is different than what's on TikTok. The tradwife commitment to historical gender roles often runs at odds with the nature of what a single income family in the US or UK can achieve. Holding up the 1950s as a model for relationships ignores exponentially rising higher cost of living and disproportionate wage growth in today's market, leaving the reality of a single breadwinner lifestyle unattainable for many and requiring both partners to work, even in aspirationally trad relationships. These working tradwives may be unintentionally showing the reality of many modern relationships, highlighting a chore gap that non trad women across the US and UK experience while still working to support their family and taking a lion's share of domestic duties. Next, we look at the rise of the pop up residency. Singer Adele is performing 10 shows in Munich throughout August, creating a unique residency due to the bespoke $130 million pop up arena built for it. Despite kicking off the first show in the rain, the stadium, dubbed Adele World, which seats 80,000, is expected to host 740,000 fans over the course of the residency. Even more remarkably, the pop up venue features a giant screen, an entertainment district, a Ferris wheel, and a second stage. While residencies like this are expected for long periods of time in cities like Las Vegas, does the shift to pop up arenas open up greater bidding for more locations to host these style events? As shown with Singapore's deal to exclusively host Taylor Swift's Eras Tour within Southeast Asia, the ability to create bespoke venues and consolidate tour dates and locations will only increase competition amongst those locations for marquee entertainment. Next, we pivot to the battle of attention versus intrusion in advertising. With last month's renaming of London tube station Old Street into Fold Street by Samsung to promote their new foldable phone, we may have reached peak stunt transport renaming. In addition to previous renames such as Barbie's suggested Barbican of Barbican Station and Burberry's Burberry Street, inexplicably coming out of Bond Street, the string of brand renames doesn't just show a new avenue of promotion to Londoners, but it asks a wider question about capturing attention versus intrusion in media. From accessibility to reputational issues for the city or TFL, the unintended consequences of media placement and commercial partnerships are worth considering in this style activation and in others like it. While nothing has been done incorrectly by brand or media owner in this case, strategists would do well to think about if a placement captures attention effectively while being novel, as well as being socially correct for the part of consumers' lives it inhabits. Just because we can buy something doesn't always mean we should. Finally, this week, let's look at the exaggerated rumors of Google's AI demise. So, despite noise to the contrary, artificial intelligence has yet to kill Google's search business. While ChatGPT recently announced search and competitors like Perplexity have increased advertising, new research shows Google still holds a consistent share of visits and searches. Datos and Sonata Insights study shows that in May 2024, the average desktop user visited the search engine 163 times a month, equal to May 2023 levels, while visiting the closest AI competitor Perplexity 16 times. Google also had 290 times the searches versus Perplexity in the same time frame. While AI search is growing, and the same research showed a 42% increase in visits for Perplexity year on year, it highlights that search and AI aren't going to be a zero sum game when it comes to use. Google's integration of AI into its interface and promotion of Gemini infers that the future is multimodal. In fact, separate research has shown that AI's use skews more towards creative tasks, such as writing or coding, a different lane than information retrieval. So for now, any rumors of Google's death by AI are premature, with threats much more likely to come from changing privacy attitudes or government action.